Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into one of the most incredible and, let's be honest, sometimes frustrating parts of being human, our memory. You know this feeling, right? You can sing every single word to a one-hit wonder from back in the day, no problem. But the name of the person you just met? Poof, gone. Or where you parked the car this morning? Total blank. So what is going on here? Okay, so what even is memory? Well, the first thing you need to know is that it's not some dusty old filing cabinet in your brain. The research is clear. It's an active system. And that's the key word, active. It's always working, always busy, receiving info, changing it, storing it, and then trying to pull it back out again. It's constantly in motion. So let's get into the mechanics of this whole thing. We're going to look at the three critical jobs that your memory has to nail every single time you remember, well, anything. Think about it like saving a file on your computer. First, you have to type something out, right? That's encoding, getting sensory info into a language your brain can actually use. Then you hit save. That's storage, holding on to it. And finally, you have to find and open that file later. That's retrieval. If any one of those steps fails, the memory's gone. So how does the brain keep all of this organized? It's not just chaos in there. Psychologists have come up with several blueprints or models to try and explain the architecture of our memory. And it turns out there's more than one way to look at it. There are a few big ones. One model sees memory as this huge, sprawling network where everything is connected and happening at once. Another one, which we'll get back to, is called the depth of processing model. But for our journey today, we're going to follow the classic roadmap, the information processing model. But hey, do me a favor. Keep that depth of processing idea in the back of your mind. Trust me, it's going to be important. It kind of holds the secret to making our memories stick. We'll definitely be circling back to it. All right, let's have some fun with this. Let's imagine a brand new memory. Say, a name you just heard at a party. We're going to follow it on its epic quest to become a permanent resident in your brain. It's a really tough journey, and spoiler alert, most don't make it. So, according to our roadmap, the information processing model, there are three main gateways our little piece of information has to get through. It starts at sensory memory, then hopefully gets to short-term memory, and then, if it's really lucky, it makes it to the big leagues, long-term memory. The whole journey kicks off in sensory memory. Now, for just a split second, your brain takes a perfect, high-def snapshot of everything your senses are picking up. But it's super brief. I mean, think about the light trail from a sparkler at night. It's vivid for an instant, and then it's just gone, unless you pay attention to it. Okay, so if you actually pay attention to that name, it gets a promotion. It moves up to short-term memory. You can think of this stage as the brain's super exclusive waiting room. Or maybe like the bouncer at a club. It only lets in what it thinks is important right now, and it doesn't let things hang around for very long. So just how exclusive is this club? Well, this is one of the most famous numbers in all of psychology. Your short-term memory can really only hold about 7 pieces of information at once, give or take 2. That's it. That's the bottleneck. A phone number basically maxes it out before it has to start kicking things out to make room. But for the lucky few bits of information that make the cut, they finally arrive at the destination, long-term memory. This is the vast, sprawling library of your mind. It's where you keep all your skills, your experiences, everything you know. The capacity here is, for all practical purposes, unlimited. Memories can last a lifetime in here. This is where those song lyrics from 20 years ago are hanging out. So, that's the whole journey. But the big question is, how do we help our memories actually complete it? How do we get to choose what makes it into that permanent library? Well, the secret isn't just repeating things over and over. It's something way more powerful. Let's just ask the question directly. What's the secret handshake? What's the password that gets a memory past that bouncer and into the VIP lounge of long-term storage for good? And here it is. Remember that other model I told you to keep in mind? The answer is right there in the depth of processing model. This whole theory basically says that how well you remember something depends entirely on how deeply you think about it when you first learn it. So what's the difference? Well, shallow processing is just scratching the surface. Like, you notice the word ball is written in all caps. Deep processing is all about meaning. You think about what a ball is, what you use it for, or you connect it to a fun memory of playing catch. One is weak and fades fast. The other is strong and built to last. This quote from the source material really just nails it. It's not about how long you stare at something, it's about how much meaning you can attach to it. When you process something deeply, you're building stronger, more durable pathways in your brain. So how do you actually do this? Well, don't just repeat a fact over and over again. Instead, connect it to something. If you meet someone named Rosa, maybe you think of a rose or another person you know named Rosa. Ask yourself, why is this important to me? Try to build a little story around the information. The point is, give it meaning, and you're essentially handing it a VIP pass to your long-term memory. And that leaves us with one last, pretty fascinating thought. See, memory isn't a perfect video recording. It's a constructive process. Every single time you recall something, you are actively rebuilding it, and sometimes you change it just a little bit. So if our memories are basically the stories we tell ourselves about who we are, what does your story say about you?